We're live. Today's Thursday, June 13th, 2019. And I'm here with Alex, Andrew, and Matt. And we're just talking about doing some component testing. Really? So I'll click on your screen, Andrew. I think that's what we have to do, right? We were talking about, I'm not sure if we should be writing Cypress tests because I was thinking of writing Cypress tests for some of the stuff I was working on, and Robert told me not to. So maybe we start with component testing and the backend testing, and then we can go from there. What do you think?
Okay. All right. Before that, you had a quick comment on the validation for the comment.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, the post ID. I think comment if do we need that in the this is this is for the let's create comments. Yeah, so that's only for the create comment. But you want to move that back? You said, or
I think that we don't need it for the update comments. So I don't know if we can still validate somehow, like maybe the validations we have different for the update comments and create comments. Can you share a live share?
yeah. Okay, I clicked on live share. Which button is it to? Is it the suggested contacts or any of the contacts or?
No, it's the start collaboration session in that top session details.
Okay.
And then it'll copy to your.
Should be seeing it any second now.
Okay.
Are you seeing it yet?
No, where did you share it?
Yeah.
It's there.
Are you on my screen?
Yeah.
It looks like it's loading.
It's saying sign in to proceed, but then it doesn't give you a link to click on to sign in. So I'm not sure. Like, I don't know why it doesn't ask me to sign in because I guess I'm always signed in maybe. I mean, I guess don't worry too much about it. We don't have a lot of time. Is there the validations you're just calling validate comments, right? What about having different validations for the create comments and the update comments?
Let's see. Comments. So validate comment. Yeah, they're both using the validate comment.
Yeah, so I'm suggesting that you instead of comment, because you're really validating different things, right? Like for the up, you don't need to validate that there's a post ID because we specifically aren't going to pass in a post ID because it's not relevant.
Do we need to as part of the mutation? Because is it required?
The post ID doesn't ever actually make it to be. It never actually gets added to the comment. Like if you create a comment, like go back to the comments.js.
Yeah.
You see there in the create comments, there's, if you scroll up, before it's created, we delete params.postid. So we pass it in. We pass it in first to make sure that that a post actually does exist, and then if the post actually does exist, then we create the comment. If you scroll down.
Yeah. Right here. Right. Yep.
But that we create it without the post ID. We just create it with create a comment, and then starting on line 34, we grab the post ID and we create the relationship. On line 37, we merge the comments with the post and associate it with the author at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we close the session and it's done. So then if you look for that comment in like GraphQL, the playground, the localhost 4000, you won't have any post ID is not part of the attributes. Like it's just added there so that we can save it to a variable and then create the relationship. And in the update comment, we're not going to allow the person to like update what post ID they're going to use.
Let me load up the playground to see to understand what you're saying. Yeah, Matt, can you repeat that part about the post ID?
Like we don't need it for updating comments, right? or you want to search for it in the. So if you do do like an object and closing curly braces there. And then inside of it, write comment. Yeah, with capital. And then a space, and then opening curly braces. And enter. Enter. And then inside on line 3, you can like put name and post ID, for example. Name, enter, post ID. Yeah. And then you can use Prettify if you want, or you can just send it either way. Cannot query. Oh, so there's no name. Sorry. So maybe it's title, or if you erase it and do like a control space. I don't know if it's the same in Windows, but if you can try control space will tell you all the options that you have available. Yeah, so you can see there's no title because it's a comment. So content. Let's say content. I know there's content. Yeah, and then hit play again. So this will give you all of the comments, and you can see in all of the comments the post ID is no. Because when the comment is created, the only reason we pass in the post ID is to find the post in the database, make sure that it exists, and then we save it to a local variable, and then we delete that from the params before we create the comment. And then after we create the comment, we associate that comment with the post that it comes from and with the author who created it.
Okay. Yeah.
But when you're updating the comment, you don't need to do anything with the post. The post has already been associated with the comment. The comment will never be able to change what post it's associated with. Like it won't be able to change its author. You're just updating the content, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just thrown off because on the front end, when they call the mutation, the post ID is a input. So I guess I'm confused on how that is used.
Can you show me?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Still looking.
Okay, sorry. I was looking at the other screen, and I thought maybe.
Also here, when I made the mutation, it has a post ID. I guess because this is to match how the I guess does the Neo4j GraphQL.js, they make the mutations, right? The template for it. So I guess this is to match that, and
Well,
then yeah, go ahead.
you can. That's partially true. You can make your own, but we do come with some that are already like kind of defined for us. And the only reason we can change it if we want to do some sort of custom behavior, which it seems like you've done, like, but you can see there that like in the post ID, the ID doesn't have a bang after it on line 80, whereas content and ID do have a bang after it, and that means that they're required, but post ID is not required. So you're passing it in because you chose to, but you don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, my first impression was that I don't need to, but I passed it in because to match the format of the mutations that would automatically created by Neo4j GraphQL.js. That's the only reason why it's there.
Yeah. Can you, when you say that, you went to like where you went to the playground and looked at the mutation there, or what do you mean? Because like certainly if you were like looking at the example for the create comment and like kind of reusing what you could, then this would look like very similar to that. But I think in this case we just don't need it.
Okay. So I should be able to still update comment without it, right?
Yeah, I mean you're going to have to change, I think, your validations, because I think your validations will prevent you from. But like, yeah, I would remove line 88 and then refactor lines 80 and 81 to not pass in the post ID, and then like maybe comment out that part in the validations and test it out in the browser and see if you can successfully edit.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that offline. See what happens. Okay, I'll do that for one, and then.
Yep.
So going back to validation, then yeah, if this were all works out, then I could erase that validation for the update comment. The post ID is not needed. Okay, then is there any validation that would be needed for update comment?
I mean, I think maybe there would be the validation that we don't want people to like delete the content and be able to create and be able to edit it, like save it. So if you go back to the validations, I think and again, like I would in this PR, I wouldn't worry about like the validate create comment. I would just worry about like validate update comment. So you could leave delete everything from line 31 to line 35 and then rename it validate update comment, and then I can create a ticket to add to refactor the validations for the create comment into this validate index if you want, or I can do it either.
So this is for both create comment, update comment. Should I just delete this line?
At the moment, but I think you should leave update comment and you should delete line 45, because it's not your job to worry about the validating the create comments, because it's something I worked on and I need to refactor it. Or okay. I mean, you can do it, but not in this PR. It doesn't have anything to do with updating comment. So like maybe delete line 45 and then rename the function to validate update comment. Yeah. Yep. And then delete lines 31 to 35. Hey, Mike. Have you checked to see that this doesn't work with just a return on line 32?
I haven't checked.
Because I mean, me personally, I don't like needing to add that ESLint disable if unless it's absolutely necessary, because I think it's kind of an anti-pattern to use return and await together. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with either way. Should I delete it or?
I would recommend trying it to see if it works without that await. Just return resolve, and if it doesn't work, then trying it with await. And if it doesn't work, I think it won't work with await. But then, yeah, because I mean the thing is that the only reason I care is because if it's part of the ESLint, then it means it's there for a reason. You know, like it's not just like a random. It's like, it's an accepted community pattern, that you don't use return with await. And if you need to tell it like, oh, disable this because we want to use return with await, like I'd be surprised if you needed it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you can do one thing at a time. You don't have to do it now. Like, maybe more important is to see if we just broke the functionality, which is, definitely that we don't want to do. And you made, well, I guess you haven't made the change yet to the front end. So I mean, you said you were going to do it offline. What did you want to focus on something else besides the factor? I think you wanted to focus on tests, maybe.
Yeah, the unit test.
So you prefer to start writing backend tests first or front end tests?
I actually do the backend test first.
Yeah, I agree.
So, okay.
I think you need to remove the that dev null at the end of line 13 and of line 14 as well, because that line 13 and line 14, that two greater sign dev null doesn't work on Windows.
That's right. So just like that.
Yeah, it's on line 14 as well.
Not authorized. Do I need to be in Neo4j for this?
You need to start Neo4j. Yeah. The backend tests are hitting your database. But it seems like a lot of them are kind of passing, so I wonder if those are failing for a different reason. But yeah, you should definitely make sure that you have Neo4j started. Okay, let's see. How's your internet, Mike? Are you able to hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear.
Cool. Awesome. So you're just
Yeah.
chilling in a restaurant, huh?
Yes, they have good internet here.
Ah, nice.
I'm just taking my dinner. No.
And they don't get like tired of seeing you.
No, I don't think so. I'm buying their food.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Cool. You and I need to get back to that ticket we were working on, Mike. But we'll do it some other time.
Yeah.
Let's try this again. All right, let's stop this because I think it ran the comments already.
Oh yeah, so that broke the create comments test, right? Because you extracted that that bit of code about post ID from the validations and didn't put it back in the resolver, right?
What are you referring to?
remember how you refactored the validation index.js?
Yeah.
So you remove that line that tells the create comment to use the validate comment. And then also, I think you refactored the comments.js, right? So now comments, you extracted that bit of code that checks if there's a post ID, right? Or no? Can you scroll up a little bit? A little bit more. No, scroll up. A little bit more. A little bit more. So you see there, I think if you compare that to what's on the master branch, the thing that this create comment resolver was doing, this mutation, was that it was checking if there was a post ID. And if not, it was returning whatever time. I mean, in the morning, if you can read. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Can you do like a git diff from the terminal? So do like git diff and then no, not the whole thing. Just git diff and then space upstream / master dot head.
Oh, how do I get out of this?
Q.
Get the
Upstream / master all together. And then space. Oh no, sorry, not space. Dot head, all capitalized. Actually, and no, hold on. I think you want to give the path of the file as well, because that way it won't give you the entire diff. Upstream. Yeah, and then give a space after the head, and then do like what file are you in right now? Are you on the root? No, you're in backend. So then do src schema resolvers and then comments.js. And then, yeah, I think hit enter. So you see there how you deleted from that's the create comment resolver, right? And you deleted the const comment minimum length, and you deleted the const content equals params.content.replace. And then if you scroll down, I think you deleted some other things as well, because when I say deleted, you refactored them out and put them into a validation, but now you're not validating the create comment. You're just validating the update comment by itself. So you need to put back what you removed.
Oh. Okay, I see.
So like the only thing you want to have in this diff is the stuff related to the update comments.
So I just put the stuff back, right?
Yep, exactly. I know it kind of seems like a little bit backwards, like you could do the refactor at the same time, but the thing is it makes it more difficult for the people reviewing it, because like the change has nothing to is not directly related to what the ticket is. So
Yeah.
what I can do is, I can create a ticket today to do this refactor, and then, like I said, if you're interested in working on it, we can assign you to it and leave it until you get done with this. Or I can just do it because I'm the one that I should have done it from the beginning, but I didn't, So then I think if you scroll down where the,
Press enter.
no, I think just down, it should work.
Oh,
And then, yeah, that's, I think that stuff should be the last of it. And then you need to get rid of those like minus signs. Yeah, I don't think you can copy with that. I don't know in Windows, but in Linux you can do Control Shift and hold those down, and then you can do down, and that will highlight like more than one thing at the same time. That way you can delete all of those minus signs at the same time. It's like Control Shift down. No, it doesn't work for you. Huh? Okay, never mind. It just highlights everything. Yeah, you don't want that. The other thing that works in VS Code for, at least for Linux users, is you can do Control D, and that will like highlight whatever that word is, or in this case, it would be a hyphen, and then you can click Control D as many times as you want, and it will highlight everything that that is the same. But
oh yeah, we could do Control D.
yeah, oh, so it works the same. Control D, nice.
Yeah. So let's see. So copy back.
So now hopefully those tests will pass. So you have like some moderation specs that are failing. That's strange because you didn't do anything with moderation specs. Change password as well.
I think it might have been because I didn't seed the database. Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't need, because what happens when you run the test is that after every time you run the test, it deletes everything from the database. Because like we want the test to be run without any data in it, because if there's data in it, then it can corrupt what the you can be thinking we're testing for something that we're not actually testing for. So we want to like with the setup and tear down, we want to set up what the conditions that we want and only the conditions we want, and then test for it, and then tear it down and delete it before we run the next test.
Yeah.
But that being said, I don't know why that you're getting many failures, like not just in the comments, but also in moderation and other ones.
Yeah, I have no idea too.
I mean, I can pull down your branch and run the test locally for me and see if I get the same failures. The only thing is that now things have changed slightly on your side, and we didn't run these tests before you, like on your machine before we made the changes. So although it doesn't seem like we made any changes to those files that are failing. Get fetch origin, that, and then GCO that, and then back end, and then yarn test. I wonder if it. I hope it's not something to do with Windows. You know, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be, right? Like,
Yeah, I think I was getting different result. I think before my last post on GitHub. I think you made a comment on the test. Just forgot what it was.
yeah. Let me see. So. When was the last time you ran the test?
Might have been Monday. And
Okay. Can you do a git diff? Because I'm running the test locally here on your branch from where you pushed up. I think you the only change between the last time you pushed up and now is the stuff that we've done today, or you did some things and then didn't push up.
no, I think I pushed up the latest.
Okay. So yeah, maybe you could do a git diff and we can see like, because they're all passing for me. Yeah. No rola. No rola.
Yoga?
If
Sorry.
Did you just say yoga?
No, I said não rola. Não rola means tá, obrigado. Não rola means it's not possible. I was talking to my wife, sorry.
Oh.
For the confusion. Yeah, just git diff I think should show us what differences there are between the last time you pushed up and now. So there's the difference there where you remove those dev nulls, which shouldn't make any difference. And then if you scroll down, we change the name of that. Okay. We remove the no post error message because we don't need that for update. And we haven't written any tests for that anyway. So it shouldn't make a difference. Yeah. We remove the create comments validation. Because the validation lives now in the create comment resolver again. I think that, yeah, okay. Yep. Post ID, okay. Is that it? So yeah, I think then it has something to do with Windows. I'm not sure. Like none of those changes should cause the moderation test to fail, or has to. I mean, it could be to do with not connecting properly to Neo4j. Like, could you check that Neo4j is still running? Like sometimes it runs into errors and stops running.
It's running.
Okay. And if you go to that localhost 7474.
Yeah.
So it's running, but are you able to connect to it? Let's see.
Oh, that might.
So there you're logged in, but do you have that login, like the M file copied from in the back end?
You mean the seeded file? Or?
No, there's like a there's a .m file that I think there's a .env.template or something that you need to have copied over. for the front end and the back end, but the back end, like maybe more importantly. So if you go
Sorry,
back
can you walk me
end,
through? Yeah. Back end where?
there, a little bit down. Yeah, so you have a .m file. Can you scroll down a little bit? There, that .env. Can you click on that? Are those the same? Are those the same? Is that your password that you have? Let me in.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So it should be connecting.
But I wasn't logged in before, so
Yeah, maybe try running again. Maybe
Yeah.
that has something to do with it. I don't know. I mean, I definitely don't go and log in, but maybe mine keeps me logged in and yours like logs you out by default or something. Who knows?
oh shit.
No?
No.
Weird. What's happening? I mean, it's clearly not happening on all of them. It's just some of them. And they're all not authorized, right?
Yeah.
So what does the
There's a post created.
what's your permissions middleware like? I don't know. It didn't seem like anything changed, right? In the permissions middleware.
No, I didn't touch that. No. It's middleware.
Does that not authorized like
No, I didn't. Yeah. Those two failures there, that's the back end. So you have all that noise, but there's only actually two failures. Or am I missing something? Seems like more than that. But
It does, doesn't it? I mean, it could just be noise. Like, which tests are actually failing? Create user. No, create post. Received promise resolved instead of rejected. So it's supposed to reject the create post. If slugs exist, but the client specifies a slug, rejects create post. And it seems like the two failures are create post and create user. Right?
yeah.
They're both to do with slugs, right? If slug exists. That's
But
weird.
there's no changes made to these files, right?
Not that I've seen, no. A Slugify middleware spec and Slugify middleware spec. So they're both in the Slugify middleware spec. But it's not like all the tests that are failing there, just those two, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't touch this file at all.
No. What could have happened is like there could be. When was the last time you pulled in the changes from master? Like you created it from master, like not too long ago, right?
I think it was. I pulled it this week, right? I opened a new PR for this.
Yep.
It's the last time I did it. I think it was a couple of days ago.
I mean, maybe you could either commit the changes you made or stash them. Actually, why don't you try stashing them, the changes you made? and then try running the test again to see if, yeah, just git stash, and then run the test again and see if you get the same 2 failures. Sorry, you have to remove the. You didn't want to stash the changes of the package.json, actually. Forgot about that. It's annoying. I wonder if we. Oh, you know what? That's why you're getting different than me, is because you're removing those. It's because you're removing those dev nulls. Duh. So it just means that when you run the test, it's going to be noisier because you don't have a way of what that's doing is it's saying like take the error messages and send them to some fake file, and so we don't have to see them because it's confusing. But you can't do that this way, the same way in Windows. So we really like to be able to get it to work in the same way for both of us. We would need to find some generic way of like piping those error messages to some fake file that works for like both Windows and Unix.
I see.
I don't know if you happen to search for it and find something, feel free to put in a PR. Otherwise, you might just have to deal with like noisy tests.
Okay.
But yeah, so try running the tests now and see if you get the same 2 failures. Man, that's confusing. I need to pay attention to this other guy who has his lunch. Yeah. So I how much time do you have left, Andrew?
I still can work on this.
Because I need to go for a few minutes. But I can come back if you're still available.
Yeah. When do you think you'll be back?
He only has another 25 minutes of lunchtime. So after that, I can come straight back. But if I don't go now, then he's not gonna be available.
Okay. What you want to meet back here at 10:30?
Sure, that sounds great. 10:30 would be, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Half an hour. Yeah.
it might be 10:35, but I'll come straight back. So if you are hanging out doing some stuff, you can. I don't know if you let the test run all the way through, but see if you have the same error messages. If you do, then I would suggest pulling in the stuff from master, and then making sure there's no merge conflicts or whatever, blah blah blah, and then try doing a git stash pop to add back the changes that you made.
Yeah.
And anyways, if you get a chance to do that, then great. If not, then when I get back, we can carry on.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right. I'll see you in a bit.
Mike, do you want to join us?